Greetings ladies and gentlemen, it's Gamefreak DX, and this time it's going to be a bit different. First of all, it's an extras video where I'm going to show off some characters that you might not be aware of because you don't have the PC version of the game. This is a PC exclusive. I think I got a good idea why, because these characters only appeared in the PC games, or something like that. They are Shogun, Football Manager, and Team Fortress. So yeah, just going to show off them, like my thoughts on all three characters and just show off all their forms. So it's not going to be much, and then I'm going to show off another stage in DLC and another character from DLC. So let's begin. So Shogun to me is a relatively decent character. He's a bit stiff to me, but not too horrendous. Yeah, that's really about it. That's all I really have to say about Shogun. I did used to play as him quite frequently, but then I just kind of stopped. But here's his boat form, and here's his flight form. Alright, moving on. Next we have the Football Manager, the three PC exclusive characters that I least played as. That didn't really make any sense. The least played character out of all the PC exclusive characters. He is actually pretty decent altogether. He has pretty good handling, he's pretty decent speed, pretty decent acceleration, and yeah, I never really focused on the boost stats actually. His All-Star isn't perfect by any means. It's it's useful. It's an All-Star, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, I haven't actually maxed out on him in terms of EXP, so I'm sorry about that. I don't really like playing as him because I just don't like hearing him. I just really don't. I'll listen to FTA's British accent any day. But here's his boat form and his flight form. Okay, and then the last group is Team Fortress group. This one's a bit different in terms of characters. Basically, you get to play as what's his name? You get to play as Pyro, Spy, and Heavy. Pyro is pretty much the driving form. Spy is pretty much the flying form, and Heavy is the boat's form. Of course, I don't mean it in that they are actually the vehicle they're driving. Just the driver always changes. I would have chose Scout, I think it was called, over Pyro. I don't play Team Fortress, so I apologise for that, but I just don't play Team Fortress 2. I can't remember, it's Team Fortress 2, not Team Fortress. But overall, much like Shogun, they're a bit stiff, but I think, I find anyway, but I think they are pretty good at everything else, really. And that's really about it. But anyway, now I'm going to show off DLC character and a DLC stage. I don't know why this wasn't added in the game, but let's begin. Choose your track. Alright, so before I do the last part of this video, which is honestly to me isn't that interesting, it's time to do the DLC stuff. This is Outrun Bay. If you're wondering what the difference is between the two, is that this is mirror mode. I didn't realise that my first time either. I was like, hold on a second, there's a mirror mode version of it. But anyway, this is the DLC you can get. I'm going to play expert because I am not a badass. And the DLC character is Metal Sonic, of course, as you'd probably expect at this point. Your stats are all here at this point, except for this one, because that's always not there yet. So yeah, we got his stats are pretty decent altogether. I actually do like playing as him myself. I choose acceleration most of the time. So let's begin with this last track I'm ever going to play in this entire LP. Lols. So yeah, another waiting screen. I think Outrun Bay is from the game Outrun, not a very creative title I think. I don't know if this is like a scrapped track that they just suddenly decided to put in DLC or something like that. I don't know. But I do like this track. That's all I have to say. There's only two forms to go through in this entire race. There's this car form and there's the boat form, which means I will not be showing off the plane form of Metal Sonic. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's got pretty damn good handling. I think he's got pretty decent speed, and in this incarnation of Metal Sonic, it's not going by Sonic CD sort of style, like in original Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing transformed. Original Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, that one had Metallic Madness from Sonic CD as its special All-Star theme thing. This one has Sonic 4 Episode 2, and I think the remix is pretty good. So yeah, I think this remix of Outrun, whatever that's called, is pretty good. Yeah, it sounds like animal dubstep. I don't know. Don't know how far that road goes there, but we're not going there. We're gonna go here. Ow. Oh, thanks for the hit boost. I usually start with a drift there because it's big turn. This is a pretty easy stage as well. This is actually the only stage I beat the expert time attack on, which is a bit sad of me. There's not really much for me to say. There's boats here. This isn't a very hard section, and the waves here aren't very strong. I'm just going to assume the slowdown, and this stage is generally slow. Nowhere near as bad as Sanctuary 4's. I'm just going to assume it's rather slow because the buildings and all that stuff. And Calamity's playing Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Sweet. Alright, anyway. I always remember at the beginning of Outrun, I always have this big curve, not really big, but a big curve in the beginning of the stage that goes right. I would always remember that when I played Outrun Coast to Coast a very long time ago as well. So very memorable. I hit a car. Yeah, just like Shibuya downtown, there's going to be cars to avoid and vehicles and all that sort of stuff. All that good stuff. So yeah, I usually take this route because it's close to the center, which means it's faster. So yeah, I would think they'd put more obstacles because the cars are already big and obstacle enough for the road side of things. But there's only rocks to avoid. They don't even move on the beach side. Here, this doesn't have any moving boats, which I'm not thinking about. I'm actually quite surprised about. There's like no moving boats. Why? I hear wasps. I smell memes. If no one understands that reference, it's some kind of pony thing. Don't worry about it. See gliders up there. This is no Rio. I actually don't know the place that Outrun is based around. I'm not sure if it's based in a real life country. No. So yeah, every lap's the same. I would say it's a bit of a bland track. It's not horrible. I mean, at least they put the effort in to actually make a remix of the original Outrun song, Outrun game, whatever. This is a relatively easy track. You should not really have that much trouble with it. Shouldn't have much trouble with it. Also, this track cannot be chosen in Wi-Fi mode. It can be chosen with your friends, but that's about it. Like, assuming you're playing your friends online and you can play it, but over Wi-Fi, no, you can't. Well, no one's around me right now. I'm not close to overlapping anyone, but I'm still pretty damn far away from everyone else. So yeah. After this, I'll just get my final thoughts, and then that should be it for the LP. MCM, the calendar's recording. MCM's tomorrow. The MCM Expo's tomorrow. Hopefully, there's some recording sessions on that, and hopefully the video itself should be better than the horrible video of mine that was the DeviantART meetup in London at one time. I just wasn't thinking straight. I wasn't exactly sure how to handle the videos. That's what I was like. This time I should be much better with it. So. What's up? Okay, never mind. I can't remember what that special item does contain, but whatever. Sweet. So yeah, that was Outrun Bay. Not showing off mirror mode. Oh well. Look, I beat them by nearly 30 seconds. At least it's better than Race of Ages. That's something, right? So yeah. All I have to do now is give my final thoughts on the entire game by showing off the credit sequence. So, see you then. Alright, and so that is the end of the Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform Let's Play. I hope you all enjoyed this playthrough. Not me going through World Tour mode. No way how I'm doing that. So yeah, I do think this is a really good racing game actually. In general, it's actually one of my favorite racing games I've ever played. that is Mario Kart like. Yeah, Adori City was one of my favorites Sonic racing games before. In the previous part, next to Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart Double Dash had a pretty cool gimmick, and I like the items in that. I also prefer the aesthetics of that game of Mario Kart, which is why it's one of my favorite racing games, and it also has some of my favorite tracks. This game has a pretty cool gimmick with the whole boats flying and the car thing. The Mario Kart users or people that played Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing might have to get used to the boat and flight controls. Once you get used to them, they're really not that bad. They're pretty fun. Sometimes you might when you go out of control and all that sort of stuff, but that happens with everyone, because it happens with me as well. I was going to show off some of the Wi-Fi side of this, but I then figured no, because how it works in Wi-Fi is that if my computer's slower and if I'm recording, it's going to make the game slower, and because I'm slower, then I'll move slower. To everyone else, they're going to be completely normal. So yeah, it's not going to be that much fun for me if I can't continuously lose like that because of slowdown. I think the stages in this game are really good. I actually do think that this game is a much better Sega tribute than the previous Sonic and All-Stars Racing game, because this one contains a lot more Sega franchises. Most of them I didn't even know about, like Skies of Arcadia, or I don't know. I think of many more examples, but I knew some of them, like Alex Kidd. He's a character. There's no stage of his own, and of course I knew Sonic the Hedgehog because he's fucking everywhere. So yeah, one of the main things I don't like about this game is that it's World Tour mode. It's pretty much a mission mode, as I probably stated before. It's unfortunately it's the only way you can actually unlock characters. And I'll tell you now, look at that. Burning Ranger's Dolphin in the PC version looks much different than that, but anyway. Some of the missions in World Tour mode are just a bitch to play. Like, they're just so hard. Like, it's quite weird actually, because I actually raged on some of the missions in this game more than something like Vaguely Pixels. Probably Vaguely Pixels won't compare to Super Meat Boy. I haven't played that yet, and honestly, I don't really want to actually. Not because I'm scared of it or anything like that, but that's out of the question. But yeah, I've got every star. I think I've already told you that before in a previous part, but it took quite a bit of time for me to do that. And honestly, if I had to go through that again, I'll probably just not bother. Really, I just don't want to bother with that. It's just so hard. It's just so tedious to me. I just don't want to do it. So yeah, that's all I had to say about that. Yeah, I don't really have any bad things to go about this. I only got a PC version because I don't really own any console. The only console I really own is a PS2, which pretty much no longer works, and a Wii, which I don't play that much anymore because I'm using it on a computer. When this game was first announced, I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, okay, new racing is going to come out, so okay, I'm not going to follow it really, because I don't know, I just didn't really follow it. But after it's like a few weeks or probably a month before this game was released, I decided, okay, I'll look into it more, and I didn't really get to look into it more or anything like that. And there's the credit sequence ended, and then I saw one trailer had 3 exclusive characters, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Okay, well anyway, and I was like, okay, I'll probably give it a shot, and I did. So, and I actually ended up quite liking it. It took me a while to get used to some of the controls. By that I mean boat and flight controls. I was originally better at the boats than the flights, and then I got better at the flights than boats, and now I'm quite even because I played this game enough times. The music I think is pretty damn good. Sorry, I'm talking over nothing now. I think the music is pretty damn good, and I think the remix are really well done. Maybe I really do think they should have remixed the classic tracks, even if they're just going to be, the original tracks in Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform is what am I saying? Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing is completely ripped from the original game. There's no effort there. So they could have put more here. I mean, it's not like they don't put enough effort already. But yeah, assuming you haven't got this game yet, I do highly recommend this game. And yeah, fan of Sega, fan of Sonic, or just fan of racing in general, then pick up this game. So hope you enjoyed this LP. I am GamefreakDX, and see you next time for whatever LP is going to come next. Whee! This is certainly the most fun thing that's ever happened to me.